It's story time. This is a story about a love that I had in my life. My sweet taste of India. This is a story about a forbidden love. A love that broke all the rules and was true and good. I met him at work. He always made me laugh, even when he wasn't trying to be funny. We started hanging out, and although we didn't mean for it to happen, we fell in love. Throughout the duration of our romance, he always picked flowers from his house to mine every time he would come visit me, and would put them in my hair, which was very meaningful from where he was from. He was from a village in Tamil Nadu, a village called Punganam. Every time I had a birthday, he would show up on my doorstep at midnight with a birthday cake. And then he would romance me with candles and incense everywhere, rose petals all over the bed and a bathtub. When he had a hard day at work, I would gather a bowl of soothing oils and soak his feet in it while I massaged him. When I would stay the night, he would put on romantic Tamil songs and sing them to me as we danced in the dark of the bedroom with nothing on us. He would look at me with such intensity, but then he would pull away because he also knew that we shouldn't be together. And we both tried not to fall in love. And we both tried to end things. But we were addicted to each other. I was his kept secret. Even his closest friends could not know about me. If his family found out about our love, he would be disowned or worse. We argued like every other couple, and then we would just make up like it never happened. A couple years in, we broke up. I moved to North Carolina, and I didn't want to get him in trouble for being with me. Soon after moving, he called me telling me that he can't find my house. He was trying to surprise me and show up to my house in North Carolina. But I lived on a mountain in the middle of nowhere. But I was so excited that he was coming. I put on the prettiest nightgown I had, the one I wore the time we first made love, and I met him at the door. We just couldn't help being apart. We couldn't help it. We took a bath and held each other all night in front of the fire. He stayed for a week, and we went to a little German town to explore and went on horse and carriage rides, and it was 20 degrees out. We went up a mountain and found a lookout point to watch the sunset. And then he had to go. Soon after he left, I moved back to Florida. We went on together as if we had never ended our relationship. When he was sick, I was by his side taking care of him and easing him. I'd draw him a bath and wash his hair just as he would me. We have cried together, we have laughed together and yelled with each other. And it was amazing. For years this continued. Then came the time. It was time for him to go back to his country. The time we knew would come, but we both were dreading. We knew all along that it was coming, but we wanted to have that experience with each other, even though we knew that there would be a deep pain in the end. We had a passionate night together, taking in every detail of each other, knowing that it would be the last time that we ever see each other again. I was making mental notes of his eyes, his kiss, his touch, his scent, his taste, the way he held me. And then it was time. At 2 a.m. in the middle of the night, he went out to his car to leave me. We were sobbing in the rain, telling each other how we will never forget this night or any other time we have had together. I stood there sobbing, wrapped up in a sheet with nothing on underneath, soaking wet from the rain, begging him to stay, knowing that he can't. My tears mixed in with the rain falling on my face as he drove away, and I fell on the ground and sat there sobbing and staring at the road for 2 hours, waiting for him to come back and change his mind like some movie. He didn't. He couldn't. And I would never let him, even though I desperately wanted him to. In the coming weeks, I couldn't eat much. I became severely depressed. It felt like he had died. Just like that, he was gone, as if he was taken away from me. I opened a box with a butterfly painted on the top and dumped out the contents onto my bed. I had saved every flower he ever gave me I would put in my hair, and I put them in this box. I had hundreds of them, dried flowers, maybe more. I laid there with them for hours before putting them back into the box. I wouldn't wash my bedding for fear that his scent would vanish and I'd forget. This is the love story that I don't talk about much. Even though it had a huge impact on me, it taught me that we're not in control of who we fall in love with. And sometimes rules can get in the way and are meant to be broken. Stupid rules, so many rules. So many rules for no reason, really. Rules about love. Love is its own life force. You can pretend all day long that you don't have love for someone. You can stuff it down, but it won't make it go away. It is the sweetest addiction of them all. And if you have it, you're lucky. At the end of the day, it's better to have loved them than to not have loved them at all. That's an experience. That's an experience that you'll miss. All those memories are important. Why pass up the chance to share it with someone you feel it for out of fear of the loss? I would have done it all over again. As time passes, I'll always remember my sweet taste of India and smile at the bittersweetness of it all. That was my short little love story.